way beyond normal. Somehow, these guys, these lawyers, these judges think they're above transparency laws. This is classic Washington, D.C. garbage. This article, I want you to check it out by the Gateway Pundit. I'll put a link down below. I swear, it's exactly what we used to talk about. These people create their own damn rules to block whatever policies they don't like. The Constitution doesn't work that way, but they don't care.
This will be short.
And of course,
Tim
CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they're all spinning this like Trump's attacking judicial independence or whatever. This is an example of what kind of bulldog, or General Mike Flynn called him a chainsaw, that Stephen Miller is.
Most of your papers never covered her story when it happened. To the extent that you covered it at all, it was because President Trump forced you to cover it
talking about the victims
by highlighting it repeatedly over and over again.
Illegal
shame you
killing.
into covering it. And each and every one of you that sides over and over again with these MS-13 terrorists, to the extent that you have the financial means to do so, you all choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay,
I like the way he talks, don't you?
And I said, your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists, Mexican mafia, or Sinaloa cartel, or Tren de Aragua.
These
I couldn't pay
reporters
you to
live in ivory
You,
towers.
with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped.
I remember he said that.
So that's exactly what it is. Then you're going to do it because I said
now
so.
Listen.
Well, Miller's legal team isn't playing around either. They're demanding all of the records on how these 16 judicial agencies make their rules.
They're on the attack.
They should. They're sitting on these documents like we used to guard the weapons.
Now they are panicking.
More from this article. Right. He is dropping this on them. Somewhere along the line, they decided
the
Article
justices
2 doesn't matter anymore.
The American press is trying to see how it hurts cartel members' feelings.
All right, let's skip this one.
How
Listen.
this sitting judge, Roberts, can sit back and defend these people.
大法官
Illegal aliens do not
The Chief Justice.
deserve due process.
It's a good
they
point.
do not deserve to be treated the same way you are.
as a U.S. citizen.
You didn't break into their country and demand, I don't know, all this other crap. You didn't
Remember, back then, these justices are saying that, well, we need to give them due process, give them time. Well, they broke into the country. They have illegally entered this country. So they're trying to say, well, look, we should give everybody equal justice, blah, blah, blah. Right?
20 million or so who broke the law, and there was no enforcement of the law from the Biden administration, which presented an even bigger issue because they were able to come here illegally without any issues at all. Bill Clinton deported 12.1 million during his presidency. 92 to 93% of those people he deported were sent back without a formal proceeding, aka due process. Okay, so look to what President Trump said. 5 million trials. That's impossible. You can't do it.
What they're trying to do, these liberal judges, and even some in the Supreme Court, what they're trying to do to drag this on. I tell you, this is exactly what's going on. Drag on the process. So these people, right, they will remain in the United States long enough that hopefully they'll win the next election, or that they'll win more senators, more representatives, to overturn all these things. See, they're buying time, and they're trying to wear us out, the Trump administration, frustrate them. So they say, oh, forget it. It'll take forever. Because all these millions of 非法移民, right, they got arrested. They were about to be deported. Now they got stopped. And they're saying we're going to give each person enough time, due process, times 5 million. And actually it's more than 5 million, right, down the road. So it will take forever. So it's crazy, and it's unconstitutional. Enough said.